Hey there, friends. Welcome to a new episode of Grace for Me. So, this is going to be maybe a little shocking to you. I don't know. But I'm going to lay all the cards on the table. So, my last couple of days, I have noticed a little bit of backing up in my spirit. And when that happens, you know how you have a hose and you're out there, you're just watering your flowers, and then all of a sudden the water turns off, and you're like, what is going on? And then you look back, and there's a kink in the hose. Somehow it has gotten twisted, and it literally stopped the flow. Well, in case you didn't know, when you are flowing with God, when you are flowing with progress, you can get a kink in your hose. And that happened to me, and you guys might not have even recognized it, but I did. So I think around my third video, maybe second or third, I'm referring back to these videos, and I really want you to go back and look at them. But second or third video, I talked about hiding. And then I had the nerve to have a hiding part too. So when you go back in there, the initial hiding video, I talked about the fact that I was a master professional avoider, right? I talked about that. Mastered that avoidant behavior and hiding, always hiding. Well, guys, on that video, if you look to the little love seat behind me in my office on that video, you will notice a pillow. And under that pillow was a bag. And in that bag was an empty wine bottle. Don't judge me. And another bottle of another substance that your girl drank. And not recently, but these were things that I consumed. And when I turned that video off and noticed that bag under that pillow, and it was under the pillow in the bag because I found it in a room in my house, and it reminded me of a time where I didn't have control. I was saying I had control, but I actually didn't. And like many Christians today, we have full throttle accepted that notion that you ain't gonna go to hell if you just take a drink, you just have a glass of wine. And that is true. To be clear, that is true. But remember yesterday I talked about, all things might be lawful, but they don't all serve you well. Well, for me, drinking does not serve me. Drinking alcohol does not serve me. I am not going to deny that having a glass of wine was something that I really liked to do. I'm not going to deny that. I'm putting that out there. I'm not going to deny that the headspace is cool, right? The vibe and all that. I'm not going to deny that. But what I will also recognize and testify to is that for me, it became more of a self-medication than a casual social thing. And that bottle represented that. But it represented more than that. It represented the idea that I could use something, anything, in place of dependence on God, even for my joy, even for my coping, even for my good time with my family. I don't need alcohol for that. The joy of the Lord is my strength. And so, anyway, I told my daughters about that. They thought it was hysterical. I don't know if you're laughing right now. But what I will say, and they said, you know what, Mommy, you should say that. I have 2 adult daughters. I have 3 adult daughters, actually. Even my autistic daughter is an adult. They're 20, 26, and 39. But anyway, they all said, you should say it. You should talk about it. And guess what I did? Can you guys guess what I did? If you said hid, you would be so right. Because I said, oh, I don't want to tarnish my testimony. Maybe someone else out there, is thinking of me in a certain light, and that would somehow cause them harm. As if God cannot keep people from my failures. Give me a break. Here's what happened, though. Because I hid that, because I didn't talk about it, right? My hole's got a kink in it. Because not only was I hiding it from you, but I was also hiding it from God. Because it was a bit of a shame hit, right? I felt a little bit ashamed by that. There's no judgment here, right? This is the Grace for Me blog. So listen, I wanted to bring that out because that tapped into just how fast your breakthrough, or your break from whatever is hindering you can be clogged, can be halted, right? Just that quick. And I said to you, I made a promise to myself that I was going to come to this camera full chested every time. I said it was going to come real every time. That is real. What is also real is that I have completely realized that I don't judge anybody for having a glass of wine or whatever other glass they want to have. Just doesn't work for me, right? Doesn't work for my body. It doesn't serve what I want to happen in my body at 62, because the parts are getting a little old. I'm going to try to preserve them. And so that is where I am. I am not ashamed. Okay? I remember T.D. Jakes wrote a book one time, Naked and Not Ashamed. I'm taking it all off, guys, figuratively. So I wanted you to know that. And because now that you know that, right, if you decide to unsubscribe, it's fine. I understand. But those of you who stick around and watch me evolve into everything God said I was going to be, I think we're in for a ride. So I will see you guys next time on Grace for Me Too. Have a good one.